Well, good morning. Here we are.
Bright and early.
Bright and early, very bright and early. It's just gone 5 a.m. We've just pulled into the Channel Tunnel, ready for our crossing. We have been bumped up to a slightly earlier one, which is always good news when you get up at 4:30 in the morning. It's Sunday, I think it's the 20th of July, so beginning of the school holiday, so expecting it to be quite busy here. Actually, not too bad. It's still early, so yeah, that's probably why. And this is where the adventure starts. So yeah, we just had a couple of days at the Royal International Air Tattoo in Fairford. That's why we got such red faces, known as air show face.
Show face.
Staring at the sky for 2 days, which has been really good. And now we're over to Calais, and then a big driving day today. So you won't see much of that because it'll be fairly dull, to be fair. But it's where the adventure always starts, here at Eurotunnel. So yeah, we'll do you a few little bits and see you in a bit. So for anyone that's not done Eurotunnel, this is what it looks like. It's quite a rudimentary looking train. This is how it looks when you drive on. Hopefully, anyway. The loading's always
and this is what it looks like when you get left on the platform, which has happened before.
Yeah, it has happened before. Yeah, they kind of think, because you give your measurements of how long you are, you kind of think they've worked out how many they can get on. But there's a chap there. I'll not film him because it's not very fair. But he's kind of looking at how many he's got on board and how many is still in the queue behind us, which I think is actually only 2 other Volkswagens, I think. Yeah, at the moment. She's all kinds of looking not very hopeful. Hey ho, we shall see. Right, well, we made it. We're on board.
Oh, and we're proceeding.
This is what it looks like. One great big giant corridor, basically. Because we're in the high vehicle area, there's no double decker here, obviously. It's too high. And then they just shuttle you forward, and you mess about with this for, feels like forever, and it almost feels like you're driving to France. But they just put these doors across, obviously for safety reasons. Yeah, this is the tunnel. This is what it looks like for anyone that's not had the privilege. And it'll be about 30-35 minutes straight out into Calais. And the best thing about it really is that once you drive off, you literally just drive straight onto the motorway and you're done. You've done all your borders at Folkestone, so border control, both UK and French, all done and dusted. So yeah, here we are.
That other one didn't get on then.
No?
Nope. There's 2 T6s. I don't know where they went. They're not on here though. They could have got on here.
This is us on the crossing. As you can see, guys behind us. Just been left on the platform. We're tail end Charlie, as they say. Yeah, this is the crossing. It's not the smoothest in the world, but it's fine. There's nothing on board really, so bring your own. It's a top tip there. Snacks and stuff. There are toilets, but that is about it really, literally. But it is, you know, half an hour and you're done. So yeah, Eurotunnel. Next stop, Germany, I guess. So here we are. We've made it to Sittensen, which is about an hour south of Hamburg. From leaving Eurotunnel this morning, we rolled off at about 8:30 local time. And yeah, big driving day, about 8-ish hours, something like that, with a stop for lunch and comfort breaks, etc. Pretty good run actually. We had some traffic in the last little hour or so around Bremen. For some roadworks and what have you, but yeah, this is Sittensen. It's a gorgeous little village. It's got a little river, which hopefully you can see behind me. A really nice little quaint village in Germany. It's got a 3 air, it's got 2 airs actually. It's got one down in the little sort of more near the village centre, which we'll show you in a minute, which is on hard standing, Spots for about 5 campers, I think. Nearly always full when we've been here, that one. And then at the top of the hill, there's another space for probably about 10. Again, sort of semi-hard standing, but it's sort of nearer the park. And as you can see, it's absolutely idyllic. Really, really pretty. This is just literally less than about 30-second walk practically from where the air is, and it's all free. Really lovely area. You can see it's gorgeous day today, it's quite warm. Yeah, really, really nice. And there is up in the village, I think there's a couple of restaurants and bits and pieces if that's what you want to do. We tend to stay here because it is really close to Hamburg. Hamburg is quite well known for having traffic problems. They've been improving the road network there for about the last 4 years. I think it's due to finish in 2027. So a little while to go yet, and it always takes a good while to get through there. So we try and be either side of it early doors so we can try and hit it and crack through before the traffic gets bad. So that'll be tomorrow morning's plan. But for tonight, it will be just quiet night listening to the water. So this is the actual Stellplatz, as they call them in Germany. Spots for about 6, it says on that board. And you can see quite just small hard standing, quite a nice spot. And then to the rear of it is where the normal town car park is. It's a really lovely little village. Got a little working water wheel over here, which looks really cool. And then the sort of town centre or village centre is just further up the cobbles. Really pretty, really pretty. Yeah, there's the water wheel.
So another really nice bit about Sittensen down near the Stellplatz is they've got like this industrial heritage area, and there's a museum here, and there's some old farm machinery that you can sort of have a prod and a poke about. What's really, really nice as well though is they do actually have the old water wheel and all the water wheel workings. Doesn't look like it'll go. They might, I suppose. Looks like all the buckets and everything are on it, so whether they fire it up once in a while I don't know, but it's really nice. And bear in mind this is literally, like Jen said, what, 5 minutes off the main auto route, and it's an hour from Hamburg. It's ideal, really. We're going to have a look at the industrial heritage. Yeah, so it's only got like a little industrial museum type thing. It's got all these like old farm machinery bits and bobs, if that's what you're interested in. More importantly for us today, it's actually really, really shady and really, really cool. But yeah, it's a really nice little place. I mean, look at that. That's like a museum over like a handwork or a hand tools museum. So that's really, really nice.
This is the actual area itself at Sittensen. As you can see, it's on good hard standing, room for about a dozen or so vans parked sensibly. It is a nice little residential area to the rear of the village. Nice bit of green behind it, and also the ponds that we showed you earlier on. Lovely little spot, really peaceful and quiet, and absolutely cracking. Really hot on this particular day, but it was just perfect. Well, good morning everybody. Had a great night's sleep last night in Sittensen. Such a lovely, lovely air, that one. It was a warm one, but it started to rain about 11:45, which was beautiful. Cooled everything down, a treat. So we've left the Stellplatz just after 6 this morning, ready for the assault of Hamburg, which at, 7:15 on Monday morning, looks like this. Pretty slow, pretty normal for this area, to be honest. Like we said the other day, they've been doing roadworks here for, it feels like a really long time. It's a tunnel under the river, so it's always worth allowing a bit of time. It is a bit of a pain. You need to keep your wits about you. I think M25 on a bit of speed, to be honest. Anyway, what we were going to just mention this morning is what do you do to cheer a little car journey like this along? And one of the games we've just invented, and we have just invented it to be fair, is the license plate game. Different to the one you might think. So German plates tend to be 2 letters or 3 letters followed by another 2 letters, The first letters are where they come from, and we're just making up random words. So I'm going to have to try and find one that's not rude now, because I don't want to be rude on camera. We got one there, BSBM. So Bravo Sierra Bravo midday. How do you get through a car journey? So here we are. We've just made it to Hirtshals. So we left Sittensen this morning, just around 6 AM, and cleared Hamburg without too much dramas, fortunately. A little bit of usual traffic there, but not too bad really. And then we had a couple of pit stops en route. One for breakfast and another for to get some shopping in Lidl in Germany before we came over the border into Denmark, where it is obviously a little bit more expensive. Actually a great little option, because we kind of went to Lidl in Flensburg, and it actually meant that we cleared the border on a sort of an A road rather than the main motorway, which meant 0 checks, no traffic, no hold up, no nothing. So that was a good win. We then came into Denmark, where we were servicing the van, doing the usual bits and bobs. Happened to see some fighter jets going overhead, so we had a quick look and realised that we were only 5 miles from an active airbase. So we hot-footed it across there, parked up in a sensible and safe place, and watched the jets for a few hours, which, after spending the last couple of days at the Airfield Fairford, was perhaps a little bit odd. But what was really great was we saw the Danish F-16 that we'd seen displaying on Friday and Saturday. We saw him come home safely, so that was really cool. Anyway, we then had another about 3.5 hours, I think it was, up to Hirtshals to get here ready for the ferry, which we are now sat in line waiting to get on board. So as you can see, the weather is, yeah, not great, bit rainy, bit cold, but it's not windy. I'm not a big fan of boats. 2.5 hours this one, across to Kristiansand. Fingers crossed it's calm. Yeah, we get in about 1:15 in the morning ish, and then we'll be finding somewhere to stay for the night safely, and then, yeah, see what happens in Norway. So we'll see you tomorrow, see you on the other side. She exits us out.
So here we are at Hirtshals, waiting for the catamaran over to Kristiansand in Norway. The colour line boat is over there and just leaving. We're on the 2250 tonight. It's pretty darn busy here. There's some great campers. There's lines and lines and lines of them. Lines and lines, and I mean lines and lines and lines. They go all the way back over there. There's the colour line boat. I think he's heading to Oslo. It's a bit of light rain, and the coldest we've had it for about a fortnight. So I think I'll get me jacket if I want to go out on deck. But yeah, let's go.
Oh, a good hour later than we should have been nearly, but here we go, going up onto the boat ramp. Never seen a car deck loaded quite like this. Okay, so we are now on board. So we chose the Fjord Line catamaran, which is the faster service for all the reasons I mentioned earlier on about not being the biggest boat fan. And we opted to pay for the lounge, which is €28 per person, for which you get somewhere nice to sit. Here we go, I'll show you around here. Stop slouching. Somewhere nice to sit.
Oh, reclining.
Or recline.
Not slouching.
So you get somewhere nicer to sit, albeit the actual outside and the saloon area isn't actually that bad at all. Sorry about the noise. And I will just take you over and show you the buffet. One moment. I'm impressed by this, to be fair. So it's like sweet selection here, and then hot buffet. Will help with that. Red wine, beer, all that sort of stuff as well. Then around this side, like cheese, ham, cheese board, all that sort of stuff, and tea, coffee making facilities. Yeah, all part of the price. Sorry, that's a bit of an extreme close up. But yeah, really impressed, really impressed. And I mean, let's be honest, you're in Denmark, so, you know, £28, €28 isn't going to go very far if you want a tea and coffee. Cheese there. Yeah, not going to go very far in the cafe, is it? So, at the moment, I'm saying well worth it. I mean, I am a bit nervous. We're only 11 minutes out of port so far. Okay, can't feel too much. It's pitch black outside, you can't see anything anyway. But yeah, nice boat, nice experience. Let's see. Okay, good morning everybody. We are now in Kristiansand. Really good sailing last night. It was a bit late, it was about an hour and a quarter later than expected getting into port, but absolutely smooth calm, really nice crossing. And then we stumbled into a lovely little park up about 3:15 last night. The van is just behind us over there, and we've got this as a view. Really, really lovely. So just up the coast from Kristiansand, literally only about 5k I think. Really pretty. Yeah, so let's see what adventures beckon today. Catch you later. So we've left our park up, we're just on the hunt for some waterfalls, and this is the view.